Hi, this is Rachel Briscoe. I'm a geometry pre-AP and pre-calculus pre-AP teacher, and these are the course expectations and an explanation of the syllabus a little bit further in depth. First thing I want you to look at on the syllabus is in the top right corner, grading categories. So in all pre-AP courses, geometry, algebra 2, and pre-cal, we have the same grading categories. Tests are worth 70%. Quizzes are worth 20%, and homework, classwork, whatever daily grades we choose to give are worth 10%. So we're trying to get 4 tests in every grading period, which is now 9 weeks, so 4 tests per 9-week grading period. And then homework, while it's only worth 10%, that really actually can make a big impact on your overall average. So don't be the person that doesn't worry about homework because it's only worth 10%, because it really can impact your grade. And no late work is accepted. Unless, of course, you are absent. Then it's a different situation. All right, Ms. Briscoe's tutorials are Tuesday through Friday mornings at 7:15 a.m., as well as the morning of tests and quizzes, regardless of what day of the week it is. If you need to come after school, that's wonderful. Just make sure you make an appointment with me, because there's certain times I have meetings or I can't stay after school. So I'm not going to stay after school for tutorials unless you have told me ahead of time that you're planning on attending. We are using composition notebooks in geometry pre-AP as well as other pre-AP courses. So please purchase a composition notebook. They're usually black and white, but you can get whatever color you would like. They don't have spiral because we're going to be gluing lots of things in there, taking all of our notes, doing all of our homework, using them basically as our main resource. So make sure you're buying the composition notebook as opposed to a spiral, because we want it to be really sturdy so everything can hold together. Obviously, you're in math class, you're going to make mistakes, so bring a pencil, bring several pencils, bring erasers if you like to use an eraser. Color grading pens are important for us to check homework and things like that. Obviously, if we're gluing things into our composition notebook, we're going to want to have a glue stick. And if you have scissors, you can also bring some scissors. That'd be awesome. To keep our classroom fully functioning and afloat, it would be such a blessing if everybody could bring a box of tissues, roller paper towels, and some expo markers. Those are the things that we tend to run out of and use the most. So it would be wonderful if you could bless our classroom by bringing those supplies. As far as calculators, we have a class set of TI-84 calculators that students can use during class. They're definitely going to use them on tests and quizzes. So students don't need to bring their own calculator to school. However, we do recommend that you purchase one. One, it's a great investment. I mean, I used my TI calculator, the same one from 7th grade to the end of college, and it worked just great. So once you buy one, it's going to last you a long time. So we recommend that you buy them, because what if you need to use a calculator on your homework and you're at home? Our class set are not allowed to leave our classroom, so if a student is working on homework outside of the classroom, they need to have a calculator. Whoops, sorry. Our course website for Geometry Pre-AP is mhsgeometrypreap.weebly.com. We're working on getting it password protected so we can upload more documents, so we'll let you know what the username and password are when we get that done. And then online textbook is going to be super important this year, because we are no longer going to have a class set of textbooks since we got the new textbook adoption. So get the app, because it's super user-friendly, and kids are going to need access to their textbook outside of class. Ideally, we want kids to leave their textbook at home and not have to lug it around. So having easy access to that online textbook is going to be clutch. So if you just go to the App Store and search McGraw-Hill, you should see the app for the online textbook. Here's an example of something that you might find on our course website. It has the calendar with all the topics for each day, when we have tests and quizzes, different notes that we've uploaded from class worksheets, the homework assignments, answer keys. So if you ever have a question about when's the test, when's the quiz, what's the homework, what's due when, etc., what can I be working on in the future with my tutor, go to the Weebly, and the whole 9 weeks is up there. So you can get a nice big glance at what's coming up. All right, if you're absent, things happen, you get sick, you play sports, etc. When you're absent, it is super important to email your teacher. Reach out, see what you missed, see what you need to do to be on top of it upon return to class. Check the website. We upload notes. We upload homework assignments. We upload answer keys, etc. So check the website, see what's going on. Make sure you get the notes from a friend or from Ms. Briscoe or your teacher. Make sure you get the assignments. When you're absent, the responsibility is on you to make sure that you get everything that you missed. And then it would make sense for you to come to tutorials the next day or as soon as possible, because what if you need some in-depth explanation because you didn't get to sit through the lesson? Come to tutorials. Be your own advocate when you are absent. You have the same number of days of your absence to complete your assignments. So that means that if you're absent for 1 day, then you have 1 extra day to do your homework. Okay, the big thing is when you're absent for a test or a quiz. So if you miss the review day before a test or a quiz, you are still going to take the test or the quiz on the originally scheduled date. So you're not getting any new information, it's just review. So everything will be up on the website, so you'll have access to the assignments and the answer keys. So you're still taking the test or quiz on the originally scheduled date. Make sure you come to tutorials. Make sure you still email your teacher. Let's say you missed the day of the actual test. So you were here for the review day, but you missed the day of the test. You are going to take the test the next morning at 6:55 a.m. So one of the teachers that teaches your course will be the room where you're going to come take your makeup test. So if you miss the test, you are taking the test the next morning. Failure to report will result in a 0, and then you can only take the retest. So this is why emailing, reaching out, making arrangements is really important, because the policy is you missed the day of the test, you need to come take the test the next morning. If you miss more than 2 days, you're going to make arrangements with your teacher, and we will schedule a time for you to get caught up and get your test taken care of. You will take the assessment within the number of days that you missed. So, just to hash it all out, make sure it's really clear. Here are some different scenarios of what could happen if you're absent. So let's say we have a test scheduled for Tuesday. So our first scenario is Bobby misses class on Monday, so he's missing the review day. That means when Bobby shows up to class on Tuesday, he's going to take the test just like everybody else. So if you miss the review day, you're still taking the test on its originally scheduled day. Second scenario is Susie is in class on Monday, but she's not in class on Tuesday. So she was there for the review day, but she missed the actual day of the test. So that means on Wednesday morning, Susie's going to show up at 6:55 a.m. and she's going to take her test. Third scenario is Johnny misses Monday and Tuesday. So he missed the review day and he missed the day of the test. Johnny's still going to come on Wednesday morning at 6:55 and take the test. And obviously, if you miss more than 2 days, you're going to make arrangements with the teacher to take your test. All right, our retest policy. You can only retake tests. Quiz grades, final. Homework, classwork grades, all those things cannot be retaken. But if you get below a 70 on a test, so only test, if you score below a 70, if you fail a test, you are eligible to retake it. And we'll let you know when the retest is. Students should come to tutorials to go over their test before taking a retake. So obviously, if you don't come take a look at it, you're going to make the same mistake. So we highly encourage you to come to tutorials and look through your test with your teacher. And then once you've taken the retest, the highest grade a student can receive would be a 70. So if you fail it, at least you can pull yourself out of that deep hole of having a failing grade. So the highest you can get on a retest is a 70.